Welcome to our third Oath of the Gatewatch draft. So far we've drafted two blue-black decks with the colorless theme and two quite mediocre results. However, I'm still fairly satisfied with the decks that we drafted. I'd be interested in continuing to try those archetypes, the blue-black archetypes, but of course I'm also interested in trying something else. So let's take a look at Crush of Tentacles, our mythic rare. Surge for 5, return all non-land permanents, and put an 8/8 octopus. So it's unplayable for 6 and pretty amazing at 5. I think it's the clear pick here. So we're looking to go blue again. Don't have a problem with that. And maybe we're trying to draft some kind of surge deck here. So let's try and go in a slightly different direction. I might look at the depleter again if I was interested in a similar blue-black deck. Slip through space, something that can turn on my crush. But let's go ahead and stick with our surge theme and take this Jwar Avenger. Alternatives would be Shoulder to Shoulder, Relief Captain, Stalking Drone, and Essence Depleter. Few good cards here. Let's stick with a blue card and sticking on the Surge theme. Zada's Commando to trigger Surge, another Jwar Avenger, and maybe Grip of the Roil. I think I'm actually not as interested in a third card that costs 5 or more. And I know that red, blue are really the surge colors. So I think getting aggressive with Zada's Commando into Jwar Avenger is something I'm interested in. On the other hand, Grip of Roil, another surge card, fits right into the deck, and maybe leaves me a little more open. So I think it's between Commando and Grip. I think Commando is actually enough better. I don't have any experience playing with either card, so this is entirely speculative. I like the idea of a 2/1 first strike. I like the idea of playing a red-blue surge deck. So I'm going to go ahead and snap this up. Okay, let's take a look at Cyclone Sire. When Cyclone Sire dies, you can put 3+1/+1 on a land, and it's already a 3/4 flyer for 5. If I didn't... Yeah... Thought Harvester. The problem with Cyclone Sire is that again I'm already a little bit high in mana cost, which makes it significantly less exciting. Scion Summoner. So I sweep away Cyclone Sire and Thought Harvester. Cyclone Sire is just the strongest card. It's just the most powerful card. We'll have to prioritize low cost spells later on. So for low cast spells, I'm looking at Cultivator Drone and Sweep Away. Also Netcaster Spider. I think Netcaster Spider is interesting with what I have so far. Cultivator Drone is less interesting. Sweep Away stays on color. A little bit defensive. A little bit tempo based. Still not really going to trigger anything because I'm anticipating using it on my opponent's turn. I think I'll still grab it because I'm still kind of interested in this blue-red direction. At some point I have to make a decision there. I'm gonna grab this Jwar Avenger and then, we'll just really focus on making that work. Not much here. Maybe Searing Light if I want to go in the white direction. I like that better than Tar Snare. I don't see any red or blue cards that I'm interested in. And white has a number of low casting cost cards. I'll go ahead and grab up the Umara Entangler as a low cost card that I can play with the Jwar Avenger and get aggressive. So here I'm looking at either blue white or blue red. Ancient Crab or Cinder Hellion. Cinder Hellion's pretty powerful. I already have pretty high top end. Ancient Crab pairs nicely with Jwar Isle Avenger, but it's not as strong as Maw of Kozilek. And then I've got another Searing Light potentially. I think I'll grab this second Searing Light, and hopefully find that it's possible to use that on offense, maybe before putting down a Jwar Isle Avenger. Let's grab Soldier to Shoulder here, and Affa Protector. So looks like we're intending to go white blue with sort of a surge. That's pretty good with our surge. So we have a sort of a white blue surge flyers theme. Maybe a bit aggressive, taking out blockers, Searing Light. Maybe defensive with Affa Protector, taking out attackers with Searing Light. So I think we're looking to play some low-cost creatures, looking to follow them up with Jwar Isle Avengers, looking to play a Crush at some point for an Octopus. So yeah, feeling pretty good. The cheaper. Oh boy, how good is Kalitas? Is it better than 2 Searing Lights, a Mighty Leap, Shoulder to Shoulder, and an Affa Protector? I think the answer is yes. What's my backup? My backup is something like Prophet of Distortion or Sweep Away. I think we're pretty clearly going to grab Kalitas here as sort of a very powerful card. Also, possible that it's worth a few tickets, although I do not know if that's the case or not. So we'll continue to look at white and black as our choices here. Reflector Mage, pretty awesome card. Nothing in black. Another Jwar Isle Avenger. I think Reflector Mage is enough more powerful that we'll look to do that. It's possible we can consider going black, blue, splashing white for a few cards, but this card is quite good. Looking at Slip Through Space, Grip of the I like Slip Through Space better as a Surge enabler. I still have three Surge cards. I like that better than another 5-drop. Nothing in black that I'm interested in. I have 7 creatures. Grip of the Roil isn't a creature anyway. I'll go ahead and grab Slip Through Space. And looking at some white cards, Relief Captain, Spawnbinder Mage, Dazzling Reflection. I think Relief Captain is the pick here. Bonesaw as a possible Surge card, but with only 7 creatures and nothing at 4, I think Relief Captain is the pick. So I'll go ahead and get rid of Kalitas. I think that was worth grabbing as a speculative move into black. So no regrets there. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe grab Bonesaw. Alternatives, another Searing Light, a 3rd Searing Light, a Spawnbinder Mage. I don't want to get too many Searing Lights since they're a little restricted. Spawnbinder Mage. I'm going to grab Bonesaw. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to try and make this Surge thing work. I'm not going to take another Bonesaw, though. I don't think I could possibly want 2 Bonesaws. Now it's Slip Through Space or Expedition Raptor. Hopefully I can get Jwar Isle Avengers down and then follow them up with a Raptor. I don't think I want too many Slip Through Spaces unless I know I'm going to have enough creatures. Alternative being Dazzling Reflection or Bonesaw. I'll go ahead and take the Raptor. Go ahead and take Containment Membrane as another Surge card. So looking for 2-drop creatures with some utility, not just 2/2 attackers. Maybe something with Hedron Crawler. I think really enables everything I want to do. Wall of Resurgence would be great as well, but I think Hedron Crawler does a better job of turning on Surge and enabling me to get up to the mana that I need. I think that's a pretty clear pick. And I'll grab an Affa Protector or a Bonesaw. I really don't think I want 2 Bonesaws. I think that's untenable. So I'll go ahead and grab the Protector and grab the Avenger. Obviously, the more Avengers, the better Bonesaw is. I can take a turn 3 Avenger and then attack as a 4/3 flyer on turn 4. So I'm up to 5 Surge cards. Probably will stop there unless a... let's grab another Shoulder to Shoulder. Better than a Negate, I think. I'll grab Dazzling Reflection. Grab Lead by Hunt, example. Grab Natural State. Okay. So we're looking for creatures in our last pack. Some 2-mana creatures, maybe even a 1-mana ally to get things started, given that we have 5 Surge cards and 2 Shoulder to Shoulder. I could even see myself playing a 1/1 flyer, equipping it with a Bonesaw, something like that. Our cards we're looking at are Royal's Retribution, Lithomancer's Focus, and Tightening Coils. I think Tightening Coils is the obvious choice. Fortunately, we have no need for any colorless mana. So that's a bit of a relief from our previous drafts, where we were very concerned about getting meeting our mana requirements. I think I'll pick up a Stonehaven Medic as a creature. Alternatives being Cloud Manta at 4 mana. But I think with the 3 Jwar Avengers and the Expedition Raptor and the Cyclone Sire, Cloud Manta is not really a needed element of the deck, whereas Stonehaven Medic fills a role, fills an important role, acts as a carrier for tokens from the Shoulder to Shoulder's Relief Captain and the Expedition Raptor. Starting to feel really good about how this looks already. I actually might just, so my choices are another Stonehaven Medic, a Windrider Patrol, a Ghostly Sentinel. So Ghostly Sentinel and Windrider Patrol following the same, filling the same role in the deck. But Stonehaven Medic actually, I think I really do want to play a creature on turn 2, considering my Shoulder to Shoulders and everything else. So I actually think I do need the Stonehaven Medic, despite the Windrider Patrol being just far more powerful. Because I actually don't think I even have a place for that patrol in my deck. It would replace the Expedition Raptor or replace a Jwar Avenger, and that's not something I'm actually looking for. I'm pretty happy to play those. Felidar Cub or Kor Castigator being the choices. I think I'm more interested in Kor Castigator. So now I'm pretty happy with everything that we have going on here. I can take out Mighty Leap and Dazzling Reflection. I can look at taking out a Affa Protector. And pretty interested in everything that's going on. Umara Entangler goes nicely with Shoulder to Shoulder. Now I'm looking at Ruin Processor or just a Prairie Stream to enhance my mana a little bit, and it's a rare to pick up for a little bit of value. I have no triggers off Life Gain for Blighted Step. I could play McKindy Patrol to get my Vigilance, or Ruin Processor as just a good card. But I'm just gonna grab Prairie Stream, make sure our mana is good, pick up a Roil Spout because it's awesome. Nothing I am particularly interested in. Basically, hate draft a Forerunner of Slaughter, pick up Angelic Gift or Cloud Manta, and that's about it. Or a Foil Mortuary Mage. I don't see myself ever bringing in Cloud Manta. I don't think that's possible. And I don't see myself playing Angelic Gift, so I'm just going to go ahead and draft. Obviously, I could, there may be a scenario where I would side those in which case I could regret my pick. Skyline Cascade we will bring in, we'll have available. We'll hate draft an Oran-Rief Invoker. We'll hate draft a Grovetender Druid. We'll grab an Anticipate over the Ondu Greathorn. At this point, maybe the Bonesaw. I'm actually pretty excited about Bonesaw and a Jwar Avenger. I think that's, pretty convincing way to win a game. Especially if I can follow it up with, pretty much anything. So I'm actually going to keep that Bonesaw in. So looking to cut 2 more cards besides Bonesaw. Nothing I care about here. Take a land, take another Cascade, take an Upheaval, and finish off with a Sandstone Bridge. All right, I'm pretty interested in what we're doing here. I like that we didn't load up our top end any heavier than we did, because I'm actually going to take Sweep Away out and hope that our more proactive cards that do a better job of triggering Surge. So let's take a Sweep Away. We're gonna leave all our creatures in, because with 13 creatures and 2 shoulder to shoulders, I need to make sure that those resolve as desired. So that leaves us with 1 card to cut, because I think 23 is where we want to be. So I'm looking at. Okay, so I've said I'm going to cut a non-creature spell. I could cut Searing Light. I could cut Slip Through Space. I could cut Anticipate. I could cut Tightening Coils. I cannot cut Roil Spout. I can cut Containment Membrane. I can cut 1 of our shoulder to shoulders. And I'm not going to cut Crush, since I'm interested in trying that card out. So here are my 9 cards, potential cuts. With 3 Jwar Avengers, I still think Bonesaw is worthwhile, although that doesn't mean it's better than the other cards. They're also worthwhile. I'm pretty interested in playing shoulder to shoulder, given the Stonehaven medics and the Affa Protector get so much better with even one counter on them. So I'm going to leave those in. And then Containment Membrane, let's see what my removal options are without it. Without it, I have the 2 Searing Lights. I have Reflector Mage, Roil Spout. I have, and that's about it. So I think Containment Membrane, given that I'll reliably be able to play it for blue mana, it's going to be good. Tightening Coils. So maybe it's Slip Through Space, or Searing Light. I think it's Slip Through Space or Searing Light as my cut. I think I'll take out 1 Searing Light, given that we may not always find an attacking or blocking creature with power 2 or less, whereas we're more likely to have ourselves a creature to play Slip Through Space on. I think this looks pretty interesting, so we'll go with that. We will add a Prairie Stream. We will add potentially, we're really going to try and maximize our mana. So I'm going to start with those in the sideboard. We'll go even mana, hit double white for Expedition Raptor and Relief Captain, hit double blue for Crush, early blue for Anticipate, early white for Stonehaven Medic. So I think we're pretty balanced on colors. There's the deck, and see you in round 1.